happened down there? Is Sasha dead?
I wish. Beat the living hell out of her. But some guys in masks came and grabbed her. Brought the whole tunnel down.
It was probably the First Sons. If we're lucky, they'll take care of her for us.
Yeah, that'd be swell. Listen, the power is out in this whole borough and I barely have the energy to walk. I'm going to get the nearest substation back online.
Back to the speedrun, right after Sasha, the next mission is Stranded. An important mission since we will unlock one of the main movement abilities, the thrusters, which will improve our movement quality greatly throughout the rest of the run. It's another sewer mission, so not much to explain. Get to the end as fast as possible, in this case making use of the thrusters to cut corners whenever possible.
I suspect that they're led by an extremely powerful conduit, so it'd be a big mistake to underestimate them.
I get it. Oh, hell yes. Traveling in style.
Hey, Cole. You remember Dwight. Just ran into his sister, and she thinks he's in some kind of trouble. Wants to know if you'll look for him.
Dwight. Didn't that guy steal your car and strip it down for parts?
Yeah, he was a real tool. But, you know, I've dug his sister for a real long time now, and, you'd be doing me a real solid with this one.
And you think if I find Dwight, she'll reward you?
Well, hell, it's not like I can do anything from here. She says Dwight was hanging around the Chummy Chicken the last time they talked, and guess he was working over there. That might be a good place for you to start.
Dwight's dead, Zeke.
After Stranded, we finally get to a mission that has a very nice skip. It's called the poster skip, since we skip a cutscene where Cole is supposed to choose between a good karma poster or an evil karma poster. And skipping this means we won't see a single poster anywhere in the city.
There's something deeply wrong with you, Zeke.
As soon as the mission starts, you want to press triangle to inspect the body, and when the cutscene is over, just follow the route in the video without pressing L3. Pressing L3 would activate the karmic senses and would risk the skip not working.
Hard to make out. Looked like a man and a dog or something.
Dwight was killed by a dog? Damn. Had a cousin that went the same way. Whew. I shouldn't have had an open casket, but old Smitty wanted one. People were passing out, puking, you name it. It was horrible. Still haven't recovered from that one.
Once you get to the point where Zeke calls Cold again, you have successfully skipped 90% of the mission, and all you have to do now is go to the end and kill an enemy.
Old parts.
Well, keep looking, man. Gotta find that trash bagger that killed Dwight.
This was a one-time deal. I'm not doing this to help you score.
Hey, I hear you, brother. I owe you a big one.
So this mission can be tricky. First, since we did the skip in the previous mission, after the cutscene we need to take a death at the start, either before or after killing the first 2 enemies. If you do it after, you have to activate the dialogue with Roger, so I always prefer doing it before. After that, this is basically an escort mission, and NPCs in this game are very bad. They weren't coded well enough, so they get stuck a lot, which means time loss. He might also get attacked by enemies, but hopefully not killed. During the escort mission, you wanna also heal some people on the ground as much as you can to get some karma points.
Afraid so. Hell, used to go camping with them, you know? Kind of fell out of touch when her old man got transferred upstate. Hey, what about Amy? She make it out?
Yeah, she did.
Good. Good. I hate to see both those girls suffer here.
When you get to the first bridge terminal, 2 waves of enemies will spawn in the tunnel, one to the right and one to the left. Just throw grenades as shown in the video. If you take a death after Royer gets to the terminal, you can make them spawn earlier, but it's a bit tight. Then, 3 kamikaze enemies will run towards you. Killing them will trigger a dialogue, and after that, 3 enemies will spawn behind the corner. So throw some grenades and hopefully they will die.
You about done over there?
Working as fast as I can. There we go.
When the bridge starts to go down, if you spam X, coal will go up kinda fast.
You've gotta be kidding me. Hydraulics on the other side aren't engaging.
Well, can you fix them?
No. Has to be done on the far side.
Now get to the other engineer, but be very careful of enemies, since dying will cost you a great deal of time.
Be able to help us. Lou? Roger. The number 4 hydraulic on the south side of SC isn't engaging, and I need your help getting it online. Where are you?
Memorial Park near the bridge. But unless you're carrying a gun, I'm not going anywhere. Reapers are swarming all over this place.
Yeah, well, I'm sending something that's better than a gun. See you in a bit.
Use precision shot to kill the enemies guarding the engineer, and then approach him and go back to the bridge.
You alright?
Holy crap.
Again, make sure the engineer doesn't get attacked or stuck anywhere.
So what did the Reapers want with you?
They heard the transients are looking for engineers to work on their tower, so they were going to trade me. Figured they'd get a reward or something.
Seems like a lot of work to build a monument to garbage.
All I know is that working on that thing is a death sentence. They work you until you drop, and then they pop you in the head. Keep an eye out. Lots of Reapers roaming around.
Once at the bridge, climb up like in the video and kill the first 3 enemies. That will trigger 4 more enemies behind a corner, and killing those 4 will trigger 2 more on the opposite side.
It's safe now. Get that thing
They're
fixed.
not giving up. There's more of them.
Hey, need some help over here.
Tell Roger I'm on my way.
Then you have to go help Roger. Usually you will only need to kill 3 enemies, but sometimes a kamikaze enemy will spawn either after or before the fight. In the video you can see he spawned before, which is beneficial since he spawns far away.
I don't don't think the transients are gonna cause me any more problems. Better go check on Lou.
Then you have to save Lou. There are 2 enemies you need to kill with precision shot, and then 4 more enemies on the ground. After that, you have to activate the terminals. You should try shooting behind them like I do in the video.
Stand back.
Look, I'd love to stay and chat, but I gotta find someplace safe. See you around.
And to think, if I'd taken early retirement, I would have missed all this. I need to have my head examined.
Thanks for helping with the bridge.
And no sweat. Tell Trish I said hello.
When you're done, a death warp will put you on 6 rooftop. If you're lucky, the game will load a bit faster and you will get the mission dialogue. Otherwise, as what happened in the recording, you will get an extra dialogue.
Hey, Zeke. You still on the roof?
You know it, brother. Trying to hook up with Dwight's sister. You swinging by for a little siesta?
Yeah. See you in a bit.
As per usual, you can also do bench skip again, but this time it's free as any boost will work as long as you use the thrusters immediately after.
You're not actually... Hey, Moy.
To get to the next mission, follow what the video shows, and be very careful of the enemies. Dying is very costly as well.
Tracking a couple new developments. I'll be in touch once the power is back on.
So, Dwight's sister just took off. Man, it was a disaster.
What? I thought you were golden.
Wanted to treat her right, you know? Show her a good time, let things simmer a bit. Any old idiot can land one-nighter. I wanted something more. I wanted what Trish had. Well, anyway, she comes over and says she can only stay a minute or two and starts talking about, I don't know how she really digs me, but she sees me as a friend. I'll always be your friend, Zeke. She actually said that to me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, women are something else. Never will understand them.
Playing Hero is where we get the Megawatt Hammer. I usually refer to them as rockets, so if you hear me say that, that's what I'm talking about. They are powerful but not nearly as much as the grenades, so they won't be used as much. They are very useful for missions like this one though, to get enemies out of the way, so they will be used for that a lot.
No biggie, though. Frees me up to play the field. See what else is out there. Catch you later.
In this section of the video, I had no energy, as you can see, and I didn't recharge it, so I had to improvise. What I usually try to do is drain some power and try to aim a rocket at the enemy, but if I can't, I just pray I can dodge his missiles.
Been receiving reports of unauthorized drones patrolling the Warren. Since they're not ours, you should look into them. It also sounds like the Dustmen are planning a quarantine break.
All right.
One other thing. Tell your friend Zeke to stop calling me. If he wants to play hero and track down leads, that's his business. But I don't need to hear about it.
Zeke, what the hell are you doing?
Alden Strikes is probably one of the hardest missions to do fast without taking care of enemies or dying. At the very least, you want to take care of the first few enemies. The first 4 will kill you if you don't, the other 2 are only important to grab a checkpoint. A small glitch you're about to see can occur in this mission where Cole clips through objects he would usually be able to stand on. It can happen in other missions as well, but it has happened to me in this one many times. Before I noticed I had the glitch on, I was trying to do this strat. And here's another clip of the strat but without the glitch on.
Just keep on blathering. You'll get yours.
We sometimes like to joke about this mission being the 15 FPS experience, since every section you enter spawns more and more enemies. Getting to a checkpoint and dying will despawn the enemies before that checkpoint, so it can help a little bit. In this case, the enemies actually kill me, but if you just die whenever you jump over the barbed wire, you're fine. For this section you want to make sure you go low, otherwise the enemies in the round will not spawn. And if they don't spawn, the next enemies will not spawn either. When you get to this section, there are 2 different strats you can do, both equally difficult. For the first one I will let the clip speak for itself, but basically you need to make sure you walk to the end of the platform first, and then the map will add in more enemies, and then you can actually start the strat. Basically you'll want to jump towards the wall, and then at the peak of the jump, just jump again and use the thrusters. And this is the other strat. In this clip, I will die the first time I try it because it's actually not that easy. There is an RPG enemy you want to avoid, but the way to avoid it is to just go for it.
Zeke! Can you hear me? Zeke! Cole! Hey, Cole, over here! Hang in there, buddy. I'm coming.
After that, you spawn up top. You can either death warp to despawn enemies or go with the lower FPS and a higher chance of death. None of the strats are easy anyway, since there are still plenty of enemies who can kill you. So you want to run to the container and then jump, and if you're lucky enough you will land on the barbed wire, which will allow you to press X again so you can do another jump. This mission requires a lot of practice, so don't worry about dying a few times.
And once it is, all will bow before me. There is close.
I hope you are prepared to absolutely hate this mission. Welcome to Speedruns, probably the hardest mission to do first try in every run, since it involves a lot of RNG. First, you want to go into the menu and buy Megawatt Hammer level 1 upgrade. This upgrade allows you to shoot a rocket and then redirect it to any enemy by shooting it with a normal bolt or a precision bolt. We will be using the rocket per precision shot combo for the first 2 drones, and then we will take down the other 2 only with precision shot. The first one is the tricky one, and the one that can make you lose all your time. At least if you don't fail to take down the 4th one fast too. I will let the video speak for itself. Get a clip showing the full strat, or just try to copy what is shown.
Just when I thought. The First Sons are using drones to search for the ray sphere. They've narrowed their search to this area.
The timing to fire the first rocket and use precision shot is crucial, so just experiment with that all you can. Actually, you can also just use precision shot for all of them. You should be able to take all the drones down with 3 precision shots, but both strats are very hard. After taking the drones down, try to move to about where I do in the video, otherwise the drones might take a weird route and end up very far away or in the water.
I want you to listen to something, Cole.
Please. No more. I'll do anything you want.
Real tough guy, aren't you?
On the contrary, I'm weak, quite weak in fact, which is why you need to learn this lesson and learn it well. Everyone has their breaking point. You, me, even dear, sweet Sasha. What separates the strong from the weak is the ability to take the beating. Hell, to love the beating. No matter how great the pain, never wavering from what needs to be done. Think you can remember that?
Screw you.
After taking the 4th one down, there is a very convenient death warp to the end of the mission.
That should be the last one.
Your phone doesn't have the bandwidth to transmit that much data, so you need to find a satellite uplink. There should be one on the roof of the old Coleridge building. Hopefully it still works.
You should have everything.
It's going to take a while to sort through all of this. I'll let you know if I find anything of interest.
Just find that damn sphere so I can get out of this shooting gallery.
This death warp is also very convenient as it puts you right next to the next mission.
The Dustmen think if they load hostages on...
Standard protocol is a very simple mission. All you really have to do is shoot down the boat's engines. After shooting down the first one, death warp so you spawn next to the second one.
That's a bad...
The second boat becomes very easy after experimenting a little bit with it. As long as you aim where I do in the video, you should get it all the time. It can look like you are not even aiming at the correct spot, but you are. After getting the shot, a death warp will spawn you next to the 3rd boat. After the death warp, I always try to kill one enemy with grenades, since he can be very annoying. Then climb and go shoot down the boat's engine.
Looks like there's one more boat, Cole. Get over there right away.
What if I don't? They're gonna start dropping bombs?
The President signed off on the order a week ago. If the plague reaches critical threat level, he'll make the call. No questions asked.
And they'll glass the whole city. Just just like that.
It's standard protocol when it comes to containing biological threats. Like it or not, Cole, you're in this all the way.
To make this section a little easier, I like shooting some rockets and using precision shot to make sure I take down some of the enemies on that roof. The route to the next mission takes a bit of time, so be careful not to die on the way.
The Reapers are blocking the way to the hospital. I need your help getting past them.
Maybe once we get over there, we can sit down and have that talk.
We'll see. Got a lot of sick people that need help. They come first, Cole.
Of course they do.
I've been keeping an eye on you, Cole. Watching you parade around like a damn peacock. Showing off every chance you get. Pathetic.
That's real tough talk from a guy who tortures people.
You still don't get it, do you? You don't get any second chances. Every time you fail, someone's world ends. Ends in the worst way imaginable. I learned that the hard way. And by God, you're gonna learn it too. One way or another.
Tell you what, crawl out of your hole and meet me somewhere. Then we can settle this once and for all.
All in good time, Cole. All in good time.
Hey, brother. Sorry I was such a prick back in shipyards. Really screwed the...
In this mission you want to make sure to kill as many enemies as possible without falling off the bus. Mainly I like using grenades, but I also use rockets for enemies further away. There isn't much more to explain, just try not to die. The mission is very long, but very easy to complete. So I'll see you guys at the final section of the mission.
Stop!
I got my hands on a picture of the Dustman's leader. No ID yet, but I'm going to run it through NGI. I'll update you when I have a name.
Damn it, protect the boss!
Floor it! Keep going!
We made it.
This section can be a little tricky, but all you really need to do is kill the enemy behind the turret with a grenade and then just climb the building.
Just sign your death warrants.
Once at the top of the building, just kill the 2 enemies that are guarding Trish, and that's it.
Tracking a couple developments, Cole. There are rumors that a large-scale conflict might erupt between the cops in the Warren and the Dustmen. Look into it.
I can't believe you, Cole. Running back into her arms. She's not a lover. Not like me. Things I could do. I have pleasure.
The arrest is a very simple mission, thanks to one of the last strats that were found for the run. It's basically just running and killing one big conduit.
They're going to try and arrest Alden.
Good. That psycho should be behind bars.
The battle has already started, so you better get moving. Your top priority is ensuring that Alden...
I got a bead on Alden. Heading after him.
Don't let him escape, Cole. This could be our only shot.
After this cutscene, you wanna shoot the rope so he falls down and you get the good karma action. In the video you will see that sometimes the pedestrians can actually shoot the rope for you. That was very convenient.
It's a way Moya's gonna have my hide. I could zap that guy and cut him loose. Maybe I just walk away and leave him there to rot.
If you're lucky enough, you will get the hero rank by now or before. You wanna buy grenade 3 whenever you get the hero rank. If for some reason you don't have enough points to buy it, don't worry and just wait until you have them. Then, just run to the spot that I'm gonna run in the video to trigger a dialogue.
Hey Moya, have you seen this place?
After the dialogue starts, just run forward until you get a black screen.
Park. Now it's a shanty town made out of junk.
Now, if you have Grenade 3, killing this guy is gonna be a little bit easier. Otherwise, just be very, very careful because he's very tough.
Holy crap.
Attention all units. Tate is in custody. En route to the Eagle Point Penitentiary.
Cops nabbed Alden, Moya. They're taking him to the pen.
I heard, and so have the Dustmen. They're already rampaging through the streets of the Warren, shooting everyone in sight. Deal with them.
When the cutscene is done, you want to make it to the first boss as fast as possible. Take it down and jump where I jump in the video to get the correct death warp. You basically want to death warp after every boss. After the fourth one I usually don't because the load screen can sometimes be longer. In the video I did, but just know it's basically almost the same time taking the death and running to the next mission. All the new things can be tricky to do fast, but the first section is self-explanatory, so I'll let the video speak for itself.
Incoming fire! Get the prisoner to cell block D! Keep those things off us, Cole!
When the fence status message disappears, prepare yourself to spam grenades at both sides to kill as many enemies as possible. When you've killed a great deal in both sides, 3 RPG guys will take down the platform. So jump down, kill them, and then kill some more enemies until the golem conduit spawns, which will be your cue to death warp.
These guys will kill you. Go help the cops lock down Alden.
After that, the main goal is to kill the golem and then climb the building.
We got Alden strapped to a set of box springs back here. 5,000 watts searching through his sorry ass. Bastard's out cold.
Was that your idea?
Nah, Gordon came up with it. Had to figure out a way to keep Alden from using his powers. Lucky it worked. Dude was bad news. Crap on a stick. The trash baggers killed the power.
If these guys flank me, you'll get the full brunt of it. Just be ready, Zeke. We can't let them get Alden.
I'm on it, brother.
This route I'm taking right here is a bit tricky, but it's actually faster. In a way, this route is also a bit easier because there are no enemies that can shoot you down and kill you. The hardest part about this route is getting this climb here. I recommend experimenting all you can. After that, walk to the edge of the platform and activate the transformer by shooting at it. After that, just go back to the platforms below. Be very careful, these enemies are very annoying.
More trash baggers, brother. Better hightail it back down to the yard.
After you kill the first 10 enemies, do a death warp. Then, run to the other platform and kill the conduit as fast as possible. 2 of the conduits will spawn, just look at what I do in the video and kill them fast. You don't really need to care about the other enemies as they are not that important.
Extraction team is nearly there. ETA, 4 minutes.
When you kill this third conduit, there is a chance Zeke will spawn and fall, and you will be able to heal him. If you get that, there's a big chance you will get a dialogue skip like I do in the video. Otherwise, kill the rest of the enemies.
Time for some payback, bitches.
What the hell are you doing, Zeke? I told you to stay with Alden.
Now that old man ain't going nowhere. They got him dressed up like a spring goose.
Where the hell have you been, Cole? I've been trying to reach you.
Alden's gone, Moya. transients busted him out and killed every cop in the prison.
This is unacceptable, Cole. You had explicit orders to keep him there. What the hell happened?
Look, don't lay this on me. I did everything I could. Zeke is the one who blew it. I told him to stay back and help the cops, but he wouldn't listen.
It's time to cut him loose, Cole. He's become a liability. We have no margin for error, especially with Alden back on the streets.
I'm gonna make a run on the next substation and beat the hell out of some bad guys.
Unfortunately, in this take I died getting to the next mission, but this way I can show exactly how costly it is to die, since you would spawn all the way at the bottom of the island.
Zeke is here. He's really upset.
Well, maybe he should check himself in for a while.
Cole, I'm at the hospital and Zeke is here. He's really upset.
Well, maybe he should check himself in for a while. Might do him some good.
He keeps muttering stuff about the prison.
Lighting the tunnel is another sewer mission, so it's actually very simple. In this mission we unlock the shield. Even though we don't use it a lot in the run, it is actually very useful for some missions.
Oh, hell yes.
This right here is the final section. What I like to do is shoot the generator so I kill one enemy that's behind, and then just be very careful not to die to this guy. You can also just try to kill him before, but I like just doing this. After that, a death ward will put you next to the next mission.
Cole, my name is John White. We need to talk.
John, where are you?
Meet me on the roof of the Adams building, and come alone.
For this mission, the game tells you to follow the chopper, but basically just don't follow the chopper. Follow what I do in the video and get to you on faster.
I'm trusting you on this one, Cole. Keep me informed.
Not like I got much of a choice.
This next section is supposed to have a karma choice, but the game barely ever allows you to make the decision, so you get the good karma choice 99% of the time.
Direct hit, the explosion's still gonna mess me up. I could shoot the tank now, use it to blow off the golem's arm. That'd make my life easier. But the explosion will incinerate all of those injured people. Damn. Talk about taking one for the team.
Destroy that bank!
What do you think I'm trying to do?
It's almost down. Hit it with everything you've got.
John. John. Hey man, it's clear. Great. I save his life and he bails.
We have 2 minutes 45 seconds before they can triangulate my position. And I plan on being gone before then. So keep your mouth shut and listen. I know you're not with the agency. Too undisciplined, too cocky. But I also know that you want the same thing I do. The ray sphere. You're gonna help me get it.
So you know where it's at.
One of my UAVs spotted it on top of Alden's tower. Find someone to help you retrieve it. Someone you can trust. 1 minute 52 seconds.
What do you want me to tell Moya?
Who the hell's Moya?
Your wife?
You're getting played. I have never been married and don't know anyone named Moya. 1 minute 19 seconds.
You're screwing with me, right? She's an FBI agent just like you.
FBI agent? Yeah, that'd be the day. Hate those bastards. You won't see me, but I'll know when you have the ray sphere. Once it's in your possession, we'll figure out how to destroy that damn thing.
Zeke, you there?
Hey,
Listen, I really need your help with something.
oh, is that a fact? You made it sound like I wasn't worth a damn.
Look, we can't talk about this over the phone. Just meet me over by that big tower the transients are building, and I'll fill you in. Cool?
Sure, man. See you there.
Ray Sphere is one of the toughest missions in the game. It definitely takes the cake when it comes to being the worst in terms of climbing, since it can be very frustrating. The recommendation for this one is experimenting a lot with it. It's really all about feel. There isn't a single thing I can say that will make it easier for you.
Hey, how'd you track down that ray sphere anyway?
Ran into John. He told me it's up here.
You mean Moya's husband?
He says he's not her husband. Never heard of her. It means that one of them is lying. Just don't know which one.
Damn it, Cole! I told you not to trust the feds. You ain't still thinking about turning over the ray sphere to him, are you?
John says he wants me to help him.
When you do this strat, some enemies will not properly spawn, so you want to take them down so Zeke doesn't focus on them and lose you time.
Bet my bottom dollar he just wants to fire that baby up. Or sell it off to someone for some serious cashola.
Also, walking all the way here will spawn one more enemy back there. And then walking back where that enemy is will spawn the other two enemies. For the third elevator, I left two options to climb up. The first one I saw was a little faster, but they're both kinda hard.
wish this had never happened to me. I'm nothing but a damned errand boy, same as before. Going where people tell me, when they tell me. I'm starting to think that's never gonna change.
No way, man. Once we get that race fixed, nobody will say as much as boo to either one of us. You can mark my words on that one.
I hope you're right, Zeke. I really do.
Hey, what the hell is going on? There's no one even up here.
I know you, both of you. Locked me up like an animal. Tied me to that bed. Tried to electrocute me. I showed you, though. You and those pigs.
Zeke, stay back there. When I give the word, you go for the race sphere. I'll keep Alden off you. Let's do this.
I know why you're here. What you want. Nobody's taking a damn thing from me.
My only way out of this hellhole runs through you, Alden. And by God, you're not stopping me.
You're a fool, boy. Only seeing what others show you. But you'll learn soon enough.
After this dialogue, when Zeke starts taking the race sphere, you can actually do a death warp to skip a little cutscene. The timing is a little bit tricky, so I don't really recommend doing it at first. But you should always definitely experiment with it.
When my power is complete, I will be reborn. This tired old body will be gone, replaced by bone, steel, and concrete. And then I will fulfill my destiny. By God, I'll take what's mine.
Damn thing won't budge. Need more time.
I told you to pick someone you could trust. 93 seconds.
Zeke's my best friend, like a brother to me. He's about the only person I do trust. Or did, anyway.
Well, you blew it. And now Alden's on a killing spree and Kessler has the race sphere. We need to resolve both situations. 63 seconds.
I'm starting to think none of this is my problem. Maybe I should just let those two slug it out and then swoop in and nab the sphere when the dust settles.
What if one of them activates it and kills another 10,000 people in the process? And who the hell knows what that Moya person wants with it? No, this is the only way. 38 seconds.
You'd better be serious about destroying it. I'm in no mood.
You have my word. Alden's heading into the historic district. Catch up to him, take him out, and then look for Kessler. I'll be in touch.
Getting to Alden is the hardest part about this mission. What I do in the video is the fastest and also one of the safest routes. Be careful though, as sometimes an enemy can shoot a rocket at you and cost you some time. By this point I usually like having the damage reduction upgrades since they come in handy very well.
Cole, what the hell is going on? There's something wrong with your phone. Every time I try and call you, I get disconnected.
I don't have time to run tech support for you, Wade. Figure it out yourself.
I know you're back there, Electric Man.
Alden, this ends now. Holy shit.
When Alden is finally done talking, it's time to throw some grenades and shoot his ass. Basically try aiming the grenades about what I do in the video and you should be getting the kill. There are 3 phases, but if you're lucky enough you will deal enough damage to not see many of his attacks.
same.
You got some serious issues, you know that?
I'll kill you, that whore, and your thief of a friend. All of you.